it's kind of a toss-up really between whether I want to do the Atmos or the Foley first, but I've decided on gut really that I want to do the Atmos so that I can sort of mix the Foley to it. Remembering of course that I can do a final and balance mix using the stack track master volumes at the very end. So close down Car Crash, and I'm going to mute that for the minute. And here we have, still in stereo, the Atmos tracks. So I'm just going to play for a minute. I think my fade in is going to cover the change. So let's just play that. Pretty good. So I'm going to do Low Atmos 2 first. So I'm going to mute Low Atmos 1 and the Riser and Riser 2. And I'm going to convert this now to a binaural track. So I highlighted the Low Atmos, so this is the input track here. Let's just, you can see it properly. There we go. I'm going to go to Stereo Out, and I'm going to select Binaural Panner. And there we have it. And where am I going to position this? So I think I'm going to position one set sort of here, and then the Low Atmos will be this side, and then I'm just going to move. I'm going to move in and out according to how the narrative kind of looks. Wait a second while I fix my mouse. Okay, so I'm going to position it there. I'm going to set the size about, so what's that, about 10 meters. I'm going to play that now, see what that sounds like at this volume, this level here. It's quite low. If I move in, too far away. That's a bit better. There we are. I'm just going to play with it because we're not living in the natural world. So here we go. I'm going to busk it a little bit. It gets a lot more funky the further we get on. So let's just double check everything. I'm happy there. So I'm going to go to Read, and I'm going to select Write. I'm going to go from the beginning, have a bit of a run in, and I'm going to just, there it is. And I'm sort of going to almost perform it, almost like a piece of performance. I'm going to mix it on the fly. And here we go. Switch my Doppler on. And there we have it. I'm going to go to touch. I'm back to read. I don't know whether it captured it, but I lost connection with my keyboard and my mouse. Fortunately, this mouse often loses connection, so I have a wired mouse in case. So that's what I was using, in case you were wondering. Okay, so that's that one done. So now I'm going to mix this, which is a far more constant sound. It's my alligator sound. I'm going to again unmute it. Put a bit of a bad throat. Click on stereo out on that channel and select binaural panner. And there it is. So I'm going to start. Let's go to the beginning. So the starting point is there. So I'm going to have that kind of like this. I'm going to make it smaller, this one here, but I want to use that as a kind of reference to what, make it a bit big so I can see it, a reference to what I'm doing with this one. Like I said, I want this constant movement. Doppler, Google Doppler, but essentially it changes the pitch when it moves past an object. I could talk about sound waves approaching and then sound waves catching up as it departs, changing a change in pitch. The Doppler shift, as it's known as. I don't know if I'm going to actually Doppler anything because it might get a bit too loud, but I'll have it on just in case. Okay, so I'm just going to busk it. So again, I'm going to go to right. This one I do want quite distant. Let me just have, actually, I'm going to switch that off for a minute. I'm just going to do a bit of a test. Okay, it's quite quiet, but I can always afterwards move that a bit closer should I wish, if it's all a bit too distant. So where were we? Okay, switch the right back on. Let's go to the beginning again. And off we go, my new catchphrase. That along with and okay. And there we go, apparently. Okay, switch that back to read. Check that everything's back to read. There we are. Those are the low atmoses. Yeah, okay, I'm happy with that. I think probably I might need to make that a little bit closer. In fact, I'll probably just make it a little bit there. Okay, so the next sequence is the riser. Let's have a little bit of a listen to that. Do you know, I like that exactly the way it is. I'm not going to immerse that one. I'm going to leave that stereo. I like that. Let's play that again with the big screen. Yeah, let me write it in. So here it is. Just right. Actually, I've changed my mind because let's switch right off for a minute. I am going to switch that to binaural panner. There it is. I'm going to have it come from behind us, like so, and also I'm going to tilt it so it appears to come up from behind us. I'll just go a little test. It's nice, but it's too close. I'm really asking my limiter to do a lot of work here, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to accept that. That's probably going to be okay. There we are, and I'm going to switch right on. I'll take it down a little bit actually on the master volume, and here we go. Good enough for rock and roll. And then finally, riser 2. Let's have a little listen. I'm going to solo. Along with my VO. Okay, let's have a listen to that. Okay, that's definitely going to be a binaural panner, and I'm going to have it coming from above, higher up, and coming down, ironically, as the real world meets the underworld. Let's make it a bit. There we are. Okay, I won't do a dry run because I'm demonstrating this and I do get a bit self-indulgent, I have to confess. Okay, let's make riser 2 a bit bigger so I can see what the hell I'm doing. Oh, that's not good. There we are. Okay. It actually doesn't have to be quite that big. Off we go. Tell you what, let's go back to right and let's take solo out so I can hear it in relation to everything else. And start it wide and narrow it down. That was sexy. Okay, I like that. And let's just play that last whole sequence again. Actually, let's play it with all of the risers, so I'll make them all a bit smaller. See what it's all doing. Come on. Back on this damn. There we are. On this wireless mouse again. So let's play it and let's have a little look. Next will be the Foley.